I would not say one of the best teams out there, but they've shown glimpses of their potential now. Can they do it against a well-playing Gambit who's won 22 out of 23 games they've played? I'm not too sure. I think this one is going to be much, much closer than you initially would think. I would still go as far as saying Complexity, they should be the favorites, but can you really say that after that train game?
They have to. They have to win Mirage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer right here, but when you're Complexity and the expectations you set for yourself and also the talent you have in that roster, which obviously we're never going to argue or debate, you have to win that game. You have to make it a competitive series. If anything, I'm ready to give Gambit a fighting chance as an upset, right? Because we have seen so much talent and energy coming out of that squad, but it cannot be a 2-0 for Complexity, or against Complexity, I guess that would be.
We've got Gambit starting on the T side here. They're going to go for a straight A push up into it. Not much utility. They've just got in with the armor. They're getting the kills at least. They're going to try and trade it back. They're playing the distance. Axel's got up close. Complexity are just getting rolled over once again. Don't adjust your sets. Don't adjust the screen. Rush is the last man alive, and Complexity, well, they're finally putting up a fight, but it's Rush having to do all the work. He's got a USP in his hand. Both players aren't exactly that low, but he can drop headshots. Shiro's in a great spot. Hobbit on a massive flank. It doesn't matter what Rush does here. To pull this off would be incredible. He faked it out. He hasn't forced them off the position. Now he's going to stick to it. They're getting on top. Oh, they need to be careful. They need to get... My heart as well, Maniac. Literally, guys, just so you know, Maniac is holding his heart because that was scary.
Keep breathing, Matcher.
I'm not used to that kind of tension, you know? I'm usually just at the desk having a good time. Maybe I'm screaming in the green room, but now we have to actually live through that. I thought he had that defuse. Rush really put up a fight here in that 1v4, grabbing these 2 kills and then playing around with the smoke. But I agree with you, that Wolfpack mentality from Gambit, wow, they were fast.
They were super, super fast. And once again, we see Complexity coming in with this force buy. They haven't been successful with it so far. This time around, they don't have an option. I think they need a good start right here. They cannot go down 0-5 or 0-3 or 0-4 for that matter. They need to show a presence on the server and blame F. And he'll be the man to do it. Already now, 20 seconds into the round, map control has been obtained. Nafany missing a bit of a smoke here, but it's not too consequential. Shouldn't be a problem for Gambit.
Hobbit's going to be looking for space. Rush opening up the debate with Axar. That's the second kill coming out of config, so this could be the redemption for Complexity. Now in the lead, 5 versus 3. These Eagles working some magic. Rush is going to be tested again, jumping on. Oh, missing the jump. That could have been it. He would have had that opportunity. And towards Hobbit, winning the duel. Hobbit is doing it all. Bouncing back, fighting back for Gambit. 3 versus 3 now, stabilizing.
They really have stabilized. It was looking so bad. There was a lot of work being done. BlameF gets traded out on Hobbit. He was missing the first few shots. He was fluffing them all. JKS is going to try and get the flank on go. Shiro planting in default, and this could work out for him. Hobbit now needs to just tap him away. JKS, careful though. It's the CZ of all weapons to play with. Oh, he's getting tagged up so heavily. Hobbit on 7 health. JKS throws the smoke down, wants to provide himself with some cover. Hobbit's got time. And he's just trying to sneakily go away with this one. He's going to start making a run for it. JKS has got no idea for now. As the time starts to whittle down, Hobbit will be able to put himself in such a good position. He'll get the plant down and be able to go anywhere where JKS will have no idea.
That is the problem.
And he's still there. JKS is still at B. He will be able to grab himself a weapon. Okay, there's a positive in that. But Hobbit has the element of surprise in every avenue.
There's no kit for JKS. There's no smoke for JKS. He has no idea where Hobbit can be. And because of the time he's going to need to make his way towards the bomb site, Hobbit could potentially be in 18 different positions. It's going to be almost impossible. For JKS now, what it's going to take is a fake tap and then gambling on the right position. He's got to make a guess, and it has to be the right one. Otherwise, Hobbit would just get away with it. It's tapping the bomb. It's going to come in now. Hobbit just going for the duel, taking just charge.
Okay. That's confidence. It certainly shouldn't have been in that position in the first place for Gambit, but Complexity, they did manage to rattle off a good amount of deagle shots coming in there. JKS try his best with a CZ, but he just let Hobbit get away in the end.
Yeah, that was a nice place by Hobbit, though. You know, he kept very calm in that situation. When you're on 7 HP and you already had the duel against JKS, you think to yourself, let me just fight till I die. Let me just fight and fight and fight. But he kept away from that fight, stayed away from the fight, and he gave himself a much, much better chance of winning the round, which he, in the end, did. That one, that's going to sting for Complexity, because look at the money now. There's nothing to play with whatsoever. And they were in a 5 versus 3. That was a round that could have changed the tides of the game. That could have sparked a bit of a fire within the Complexity squad. But yet again, it's a disappointment. And how many disappointments can you take in one game before you mentally start to lose focus or before you get frustrated? I'm not too sure if I'm Complexity right here. Ooh. It's a tough start. A nice little boost, though.
Yeah.
Has a bit of flair to it. But again, with full USP and only one P250, you got to be good now.
Yeah, you'd really have to hit some special shots there. They didn't seem to see anything. And actually, Gambit, they're going to push their way back into A. They could be falling for a bit of a trap here.
This is where the utility from Gambit has to be pristine. So you can think here, toying with the USP, not the best weapon you want to have long term, and it's going to trigger the rush from Gambit. Now the stack is here. It's about cleaning all the angles, being nice and thorough, disciplined, protocols, dotting the T and crossing the I, or the other way around. Doesn't matter how you speak French. Good job. Again, like I said, it's all about cleaning angles.
Yeah, and they were thorough. They knew what they were looking for. They weren't going to be surprised by Complexity, despite having plenty of players in the site. And again, we find ourselves, Gambit getting pistol and going 3-0 up. This on train was where Complexity were able to bounce back.
Double AWP, Jacob. They're starting straight up with the double AWP. It could be make or break in terms of economy.
Is that a sign of pressure, or is that a sign of game plan coming into this one? Do you feel like the double AWP setup is one that you pull out straight away, or is that one you wait with until the other stuff is not working? I'm not too sure about that. I think it's a bit of desperation coming out of Complexity right here. Poison with a good frag though, but instant trade frag again. Hobbit 8-0 plus 200 ADR so far. He is the most experienced player, but the way he's performing right now, James.
And Shiro could potentially get that AWP. And then we can see Inter's upgrade to have the AK. Or Hobbit, someone who doesn't want the Galil. Pressure being applied. They've opened this up for themselves. BlameF's been tagged up quite heavily. JKS instantly dealt with. Head ripped clean off. Gambit are in the site. They're large and in charge of this round for now. Complexity. Do you back away and save because of the double AWP setup? If Config doesn't get a kill early on here, that might just be the play. Oh, the timing's going to come into it. Rush has no idea where Hobbit is, and Hobbit has no idea where Rush is. Who's going to show themselves first? They're having a peek through the smoke. They're waiting for it to go down. Rush is stood there, and he can't win out the duel. Hobbit finishes him off, and now it's a 2v4. Config takes the shot, can't make it connect. And actually, Axel, he's looking to take the weapons from him. They're on point. Gambit, they're one step ahead. Every single place Complexity want to go, there's a Gambit player in their face, and Complexity cannot hit a barn door.
Do we need a new name for the role of the guy that's supposed to cut the rotation once you already have won the round? Because that's what Einstein has been doing on all these maps. He's just gambling on the fact that his teammates are going to clear the sides and he's going to come in from behind and make sure no one can save their weapon. Good job by Gambit, a good pincer move. JKS getting destroyed by Inters, for me, was the key kill of the round. Granted, with the Galil as well. He won that duel with a Galil. Clear, crisp, double headshot. Absolutely beautiful. Best start you could hope for Gambit.
And we're talking about Poison, right? This is supposed to be his map speciality. It's not exactly like someone's gone out there and said, Poison, this is your best map, but this is when we normally see good rounds from him. He got bested last time on Train. Let's see what he can get done here on Mirage. The start was there, he got a kill, but instantly he was traded out.
But that's been the case for Complexity throughout this entire series, right? Whenever something goes well for them, they still find a way to mess it up later in the round. Poison, he couldn't have done much right there. It was a nice peek in middle, but he instantly got traded away by Hobbit, who so far is having a fantastic game. He's at 10 kills, 4 rounds into the game. That is very, very impressive. But it seems to be the trend right now for Complexity that they're missing that last kill. They're missing the round-defying kill, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Every single time the round has to get decided, well, it's Gambit winning the most important duel time and time again. And that must be for Complexity super, super frustrating because they are aware, the players, they know that they're missing out on the duels they're supposed to win.
Gambit's about to take mid control. As we can see, there's a little bit of a surprise comedy right here. So again, the utility have to be correctly used. Hobbit is not totally alone. He's got backup behind him, and the flash must be good. That's information taken. Good spray, but Config answers back with the deagle. That in itself will be information. JKS finding interns. Just a little bit of damage exchange. He's able to stay alive.
Oh, that'll clear him.
To attack the A side. The pincer move's coming in. What?
All at one time.
I mean, they're gonna give me time to see the kills coming in. They cannot just kill everyone in 1 second.
Our observer can't even get the kills, and he's amazing, and it's not possible. There's just too much going on. Gambit are everywhere.
And
yes,
like
okay, Complexity don't have the weapons in this round, but like that was a good setup to at least get 1 kill to push them back and find something.
They had a way in, right?
Yeah, definitely. You could see that for Complexity. I'm a big fan of the positions they were in there.
Oh man, we talk about JKS. He struggled a little bit on train, I agree with you, Jacob, and on that A side, he's going to be tested ever so often with the backup of Blame, with the rifle, sometimes with Poison, with the AWP. That side needs to be on lockdown because Gambit have been using it so far. I know it's only 5 rounds in, but they definitely know. They have the blueprint on how to attack the site.
Definitely, they found the weaknesses winning Complexity. They did it on train, and so far it's been working out fine. Yeah, Mirage as well. This round is dragging out a little bit. Shiro could be having a good duel against Poison. Ooh, there we go. Poison gets a kill and falls back. That's a nice kill. Gets tacked down to 16 HP, and now Hobbit as well. Takes some grenade damage, and for the first time in a buy round on Mirage, Complexity is off to a good start. They can stabilize now. 5 versus 4, well aware of where the players are. Config aggressive. Double op setup again. This time around not connecting the shot, but I guess this is the best opportunity they have to win a round on Mirage so far.
Rush is alone. Rush is alone for now. Ooh, for a second I thought Gambit would push on that one position that is a little bit weak at the moment. I say weak, no diss to Rush at all. It's just mathematical, right?
You
He's
need
alone
to.
on the B side. It's not a diss at all.
By the way, Hobbit has just been rocking that Galil since the beginning and not upgraded.
He's figured out something I haven't. Look, I need to see a reaction coming in from Complexity. There should be some rotation right here because Rush is completely
Nice
alone.
nade.
Great nade. A lot of damage being put down. But if they were to find him without any trade, suddenly Complexity's defense would be out of balance. Rush making a good job grabbing Axile before he dies. Now that's an avenue of opportunity. Now Shiro's going to be posted here, ready to punish whoever peeks towards that window. Miguel is not going to be able to prevail. Blame with good positioning.
Yeah, Blame was ready to lock that down. Shiro, he's up with Inters, and Blame, he falls for the trap.
No.
Inters is not done yet. He's brought him back into this round. He doesn't want to show face now. The plant's going to come in. Complexity haven't been able to stop it, but Config, he's pushed on forward. He wants to jump through the window and try and make some magic happen. They might not expect his position at all here. Inter's behind the wall. He's looking to try and hold on, but Config, he's trying to sideswipe him. He doesn't quite expect it. Config misses a key shot. The reload's coming in. Inter's set to get the ace clutch. No way is this possible! Inter's, a madman, saves the day for Gambit. The ace in play. When his back was against the wall, they both knew where he was. A hugely costly round again for Complexity.
What a round by Gambit, right? They were down, they were bleeding, and they could not get away back into it until Inters happened. This clutch right here, sure, Config is missing a shot that he's supposed to hit, but the Calm again stays alive, pulls out a flash, and look at that flash. JKS completely blinded. You can argue that is a little bit lucky right there, but that right there, that is a typical sign of everything going your way. Doesn't matter what they do. Gambit, they got it locked down right now. They are playing some solid Counter-Strike match here.
Sometimes you have to create your own luck. That's exactly what the interns did in that clutch. I don't want to say 1v4 because not the case, but these 4 cases they got on the B side were amazing. The 1v2 at the very end. We've said it, Complexity, they had all pieces of the puzzle. Started with the opening kill with the AWP. Then I still believe that Rush was left alone for a little bit too long, but Blameth was in time to punish Axile, so you could see, you could think, you could imagine that they had sort of stabilized the situation, but Gambit, they hit exactly where it hurts. 6-0 lead. Where does it end, James? Where does it end?
For now, there is no end in sight because Complexity can't even win rounds like that. They are the more experienced, right? They are okay. Again, the one thing that Gambit you can always say about them is they have been together longer. They have had the core team together longer. They're the more experienced in playing together. But at this level, Gambit, they're flicking a switch. They're making it work.
Hobbit bringing us back to 2017 when he was a star player for his team, I guess, for that Gambit, for that lineup. Going to the major and doing a good job right now. He's killing it Inters as well. Together with Shiro combining for a kill. This round is supposed to go their way. Lack of investment coming in from Complexity, but it's very telling that we're 6 rounds into the game, and Complexity, they've already spent 2 tactical timeouts 6 rounds into the game. They're well aware that if they don't stop this spinning out of control right now, they may as well lose 2-0 without even having a chance of making any of the maps competitive. That in itself sounds ridiculous to say out loud.
It's going to be a great test for their resilience, because we know that when they have the momentum, they can absolutely obliterate anyone in their path. But today, feels like the gods of Counter-Strike are not smiling on them. Nothing is really working. The clutches are ongoing. The hits are not hitting. I'm such a poet when it comes to Counter-Strike. But I'm sure that they have it in themselves to react. We've tried with double AWP setup. Hasn't worked out. So what's the next move?
And that was the first option, right? They tried for that in the first buy round. Maybe you should go back to a default. Maybe you should go back to, I wouldn't say what you know works, because right now I don't think Complexity feels certainly about anything, right? They don't really know what works, but the double op setup coming in again now, and I'm not sure I've liked it. We've seen Config miss a couple of shots. Poison, well, he's gotten 2 opening frags, but he's only at 3 kills in total, and that's because he gets traded off every single time. So the way Gambit are playing right now, high pressure, fast, they're taking a lot of map control early in the round. Do you really want a double op setup? Yeah, Rush, huh?
Not sure if you do, but Rush again. I don't know if that's his decision to take that much responsibility. But so far, we see the main part of Gambit already on that B side. Rush is about to get tested to hell, hiding on the side with the M4, not able to connect onto Nafany, and just with it, the MAC-10 reigns supreme. Is it already the end of the round?
Round over, right? That's the kill. That's all it takes. You're spot on. Now, Rush.
Come on, give him some help.
Give him some help, yeah. Poison, Config, you have a double op setup, and you're still dedicating both the AWPs towards the A and mid side area. That's simply, to me, a mistake. Sure, it's easy to be clever in hindsight, but now Rush have been tested a couple of times, and I wouldn't even blame it right here. Of course, he gets taken down by a MAC-10. He could have gotten 1 kill, but even if you would get that kill, the trade frag would have been there instantly. He had no help, and you can't hold the B bomb side by yourself. It's more or less impossible.
Obviously, Rush can do, should do, and probably will do better. He should be at least good for 1. But the problem remains. My opinion is that even if Rush gets 1 kill in here, that 4 versus 4 with a bomb site close becomes really uncomfortable for the CTs to retake. So they're making a decision now 2 rounds in a row, sorry, to leave Rush alone, which means that someone else has to make a difference somewhere, and they don't. Gambit, they attacked the weak bomb site 2 in a row, and it's now... Wait, let me just touch my eyes for a second. 8-0?
I would love right now to be in the comms and hear what Complexity are saying, because this is desperation in its finest.
I would love to be in the comms and say, hey guys, how about we don't buy a double op setup, sorry, and try something else? It hasn't been working. I'm not going to attack their game plan if that's what they feel comfortable with coming into a game on Mirage. It's something that probably worked for them yesterday, where Config went absolutely crazy on the map of Mirage, but the double op setup has not worked yet.
Gambit have had 4 or more alive in 5 different rounds.
Hasn't been close.
This is a statement right now from Gambit. They are on fire. Pimp, what did you say was the amount of games they've won in a row?
They won, what is it? No, you
Look,
caught me
in 3 months, they have 88% win rate in 3 months.
There you go.
Math.
And they haven't lost since I am New York for the CIS RMR.
Long time ago. There's a lot of green in that stat page.
Let's just count quickly.
And okay, people can go, oh, well, they're beating lower down tier teams. But to be fair, Spirit's in there, Virtus Pro is in there. There are some high caliber teams. They took down Cloud9 yesterday, and right now they're up 1 map and up 8-0 against Complexity on their map pick. Like,
huge.
They've won 18 games in a row, 17 of those being best of 3 series. They haven't given up a best of 3 series to anyone else than Na'Vi in the past month and a half. That is insane. And as you said, Cloud9, Endpoint, Sprout is even in there. Good teams. At least teams you'd expect to be able to compete.
Finally a good start for Complexity. Now beijing is in position to help Rush. They gotta make a difference. Rush has been tested a lot in the past. Good to adjust onto Nafany, but the trade comes clean. beijing hasn't been detected quite yet. He's still tucked behind corner. And here is the first kill. It is all looking different for Complexity now. Axtal in the 1 versus 3 with very little to do. Is he aware of Poison's position? I doubt so.
oh, he took a step, but Config fast with the wraparound. Finally around for Complexity. Can this ignite the fire they need to pull this back in some way? Even if they get every round from here, it's still only 8-7 on their CT side. This was better, for sure. The double op setup worked, but these next couple of rounds, these are the crucial plays. You cannot just get reset here. You cannot.
Config, he's aggressive, he's being spotted out, so is beijing right here, dealing a lot of damage. That's a nice shot from Config, putting that AWP to work, gets out of there alive as well. Missing the movement, goes for the re-peek and hits that one to Shiro as well. You said it yourself, James, could that be the ignition of Complexity? Well, it ignited something in Config right now. That was well played. Gets up that one, misses the shot, falls back. Nope. Maybe a bit too much right there for Config.
Yeah, sticking around a little bit too long, old Config, but he did enough damage. He picked up 2 crucial kills. Now JKS down on the A site, waiting for someone to push through connector. He's going to see what might be happening. Too many angles for him to cover on his own, though.
Look at Rush as well. Rush has taken so much map control, and he's about to get the drop onto Axide. Easy kill. A lot of map. It's good enough, Rush. You've done exactly what you needed to.
Pull back.
Slowly pull back, but he's going in for a second kill. Is Nafany aware of that risk? Elbow is peeking, but the kill is too quick for Rush. Great work with the silencer. This time it looks like Complexity are feeling it just a little bit better. They are eager to fight, and that could be a statement, you know. It could be a matter of ego. Say, hey, you know what? We're down 8-0, but I'm going to take the fight to you. I can beat you.
And this is now where Gambit have to look at how they change it up, right? Because 2 rounds, we're seeing more aggression out of Complexity. They're definitely hitting their shots. They're relying on what they can do here. But what does Gambit say? How do they answer?
They're putting a lot of manpower towards middle right now. Both BlameF and Config and Poison, for that matter, as well as centering around this mid area. So if you're Gambit, a fast hit towards the B bomb side, a fast hit towards A may work. Put out a smoke top middle right here, as you're doing, and then the A hit probably got to come out. You have 2 players in A Palace right now, ready to burst out here. Shiro and his teammate are coming out. JKS, he hasn't found much success so far, but he will have to stand tall right now. Poison gets the duel towards middle. Winning that one, that's going to help out. Now JKS finds 1, has to find 2, doesn't get it. Oh, the trade fat coming in. Config now in a good position with an AWP. Finds 1, finds 2, and there's only 1 left, and that is Inters. We've seen it done it before in a 1 versus 2, but this one, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit too hard. They take a few shots through the smoke. They finish him off. 3 in a row for Complexity. They look angry on the screens, and rightly so, because they are needing to fight for their life. They're needing to bounce back into this game, and so far, so good.
It's looking better. It is looking better for Complexity, and as a result, as a consequence, we see the pause coming in for Gambit.
That's the 6th timeout in 11 rounds. 6 timeouts in 11 rounds.
Both teams realized, I think, that they could just get away with it right now. Gambit could have closed the game had it won 2 or 3 more rounds. Complexity realized they needed to put an end to it. And what has been common to these 3 rounds won by Complexity is the fact that they found the first kill. Once through a nade top mid, twice with the AWP. Poison and Config together on that one. So they need to keep the pressure onto Gambit. And as we can see, as soon as the kills are found, everything looks a little bit easier. No one checks JKS. Config has an easy time with the AWP, and everyone is smiling and happy.
The question remains, for how long will they keep smiling? For how long will they stay happy?
Gotta smile every day.
You gotta smile every day, you gotta smile.
My motto.
24/7, but it's hard, you know it. Config again, aggressive towards middle. Oh, missing the timing right here. Should have stayed for a couple of more seconds, but that's easy to say when you know it. He's not afraid though. Good flash coming in right here. No reaction from Gambit. Oh.
What a kill found by Hobbit. This time around, Config not successful in his adventure. It's a 5v4 with a little bit more than a minute to play with. Gambit have a lot of options. The tactical tree is right open. They might just leave 1 lurk towards mid, regroup. So far going towards B, but Rush is about to be in a hell of trouble. Did he hear anyone? Does he know they're coming? The setup is perfect. Are they gonna check him to trigger this pin from Rush? He's waiting for it. That is beautiful. First kill, second kill for Rush. Standing in the front of him is Shiro with the AWP. Not the best weapon you want to have. Rush gone in for a 3rd, maybe a 4th for Rush. Inters puts an end to it. But what a good jump from the B anchor of Complexity.
How are Gambit not checking for things like that, though, when they know they've been getting aggressive? They've seen the last few rounds, Complexity wanting to push around some more. That is where Gambit need to think a little bit more, right? Don't get overconfident when you're so far ahead. Do not allow this to slip away. Hobbit just spots out Poison. Easy kill for him to find. But is he going to expect... Oh, no. Shot's being missed by JKS. He can't take the risk now. Hobbit can just back away. The bomb's going to go down. Information had. Inter's going to look towards CT spawn. Hobbit's up high. JKS has got nowhere he can go just yet. He knows BlameF has to do something huge here. Look at the positions. They're ready to deal with JKS however he may come at them. BlameF trying to get the wraparound to come from CT spawn. It's going to all come on timing. They deal with him. Now Inters hides away. He's going to play the game. He's playing it smart. JKS, he has nothing in this. No kit, no smoke, no flashes. Inters goes out for the fight. He's so confident. He's a madman and he shuts it down. He gets it done. They win it in style.
JKS had the golden opportunity in that ramp position. He bungled it just a little bit. Had he won that duel, that would have been it. Hobbit here with a pristine shot towards the AWP, and at the end it's entered, putting an end to the round. Rush had done everything he could. Triple kill in the BFs. What else do they need?
That must feel so frustrating for Rush, and of course for Complexity as a team as well. Another great situation, another great opportunity slipping out of their hands. And we talked about it. 8-7, we have a game on our hands. 9-3, we're starting to look at a problem for Complexity where it's getting too much. Can they fight back? JKS finding pressure again. Inters, he's been so clutch throughout this game so far. Getting another entry duel. Blame F not hitting his shot. And this is not the Complexity that we normally see. We normally see them win the duels. We normally see them be the better players on the server. Still, lack of time with JKS, lack of preparation, lack of playing and practicing together. But individually speaking, they are normally a team that you can't really mess around with. But right now, Gambit, they're the one winning the duel.
They are winning the duels. That bust then onto the site forces Complexity's hand.
And it's the change of pace as well.
Yeah,
that is interesting.
Slap.
Gambit have had such a different playstyle in the last 3 to 4 rounds. They've kind of let Complexity get used to that middle rhythm, the protocols being used time and time again. And now Complexity don't feel the danger coming. Config's gonna try his damnedest to keep the AWP. Could be the only good sign, the only positive they bring into the next round. But if you're a Complexity fan right now, and if you have any prayers left in your bank account, you might have to use them.
What a story this is, by the way, for the Gambit organization. You have this Gambit roster that win a major, yeah, then your team just bombs out, you lose Zeus at the time, it's just, you're not really seeing Gambit at all. They put a youngsters roster together, even end up losing their entire main roster, right? And they stay as the youngsters for ages, they finally get promoted, and look where we are, Gambit in a position where they're taking down legit top teams.
It's fantastic, it's a fantastic story, but also a testament to how long you can come if you're playing the game and practicing. Rush, he's trying to his absolute best abilities to put a stop to this madness, but what more can you do? A kill and that's it. Config in a 1 versus 3. We know he's winning this and he's completely blinded out again. How many times have we seen the flashes come in? How many times have we seen Gambit slow it down, take a step back, flash for each other, and then, you know, even if Config were feeling it, even if he would hit some of the craziest shots he's ever hit, well, the team play of Gambit is not allowing him to get into the round. He's not giving him a chance at all. I'm very, very impressed with what we're seeing right now, Matthew. 2 maps in a row where they're just completely outclassing Complexity.
Right, the 50-50 duels are definitely being won by Gambit, which means that Complexity, they either have a solid start or they don't. Poison is trying to make the difference. First kill, granted, that's the advantage they needed. JKS will be tested probably in about 10 seconds. But Gambit haven't made a decision quite yet. Once more, they were just going through the motions of a map control, but Poison did what he couldn't do in so many rounds, put Complexity in a good position.
Remember the magnitude of this match. Gambit, if they win this, go to the playoffs. They've just won DreamHack Open. They go to the playoffs straight away of a Masters event. It's incredible.
Oh my god.
It's not even a game anymore, is it?
What can Rush do against that?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Axel is just reading the cards, reading the palms, reading the newspaper. He's reading something because he just knew.
And the key thing, right? Gambit's in a boot camp environment right now. They're dedicated to all of this. All these little things that Gambit have going for them. They're about to have a 12-3 first half here against Complexity. Config would have to pull off one insane play here, and it's not going to work out. He's going straight into the clutches of Shiro. Gambit up 12-3, T-side Mirage, Complexity's pick, and it could be them taking it 2-0. Find out after the break. We are moving into the second half of Mirage. It's Complexity's pick after they already got annihilated 16-5 on Train. They are down 12-3 and all hope looks lost. But if there's one team that can pull it back from the brink of elimination, or at least elimination for the series, it is Complexity. They have the players, they have the leader, but my oh my, they need to turn up right here, right now, and grab this pistol.
That they need. They absolutely do. And Intern starts the worst way possible for them, picking in with the USP. Nafany is right behind. It's just going to be shooting gallery. A lot of Glocks, a lot of runs, a lot of Train. Wow. With a good trade as well. Intern's just destroying everyone in a matter of 3 seconds. The pistol round and the hopes of Complexity go down the dumps.
How good are these guys? How good are these guys with pistol? We've seen it time and time again.
Do you see the point I was pointing at there, though? Look at what he was doing from the side. He was not spraying. How many players do we see? The rush comes in, and they're trying to tap everyone. He was going beep, 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 and just calmly tapping them down. I don't know what that was.
Is that an alarm?
I'm trying to make
that a bird?
You make the USB noise there. You have a go.
It's crazy. The amount of impact Interns has had in this game as well.
This is not a laser. Not a Star Wars, James.
I've been playing too much of another game.
Tell that to JKS with his deagle. Seemed like a pretty laser clear-cut shot right there. Shiro as well, fighting back towards Config, and it feels like Complexity slowly but surely fell apart. Don't know why Config went up there by himself. No backup, no real plan with it. Just a dream and a deagle, and he got taken down because of it. Complexity, they have to win this.
Oh. No, he's not checking it. They've seen him.
Okay.
Took a few too many shots for Rush to finish him off, but it will give him the chance. Rush is not even looking for Shiro to be there, though. He should know that Gambit loves to play in twos. The teamwork is always there, and whoa! Poison, that's a good shot. That's exactly what they needed. He'll grab himself a FAMAS. He's only got 20 health, but if he passes that over to Blame with the head armor as well, it was a great opportunity in this round for them to make it work. The spray, not so good this time from Shiro, but he'll finish him off with the USP. This is still winnable for Complexity, but Inters, he's been oh so good, and he continues to deliver. Poison now with 20 health on a Dream, and that Dream could be slipping away because it's a round win, what they desperately need.
What can he do? 20 HP, 25 seconds to play with. He's got information on Inters, but that's about it. He's waiting, playing the long game, still has a smoke, so technically he could fake a plant, pull an opponent behind, and then plant again, but as the time is dwindling, he's going to have to make a decision quite soon. Interns decided to desert the CT spawn coming in back. Is he going to go for it or just wait for his teammate? He could just wallbang him, and that's it. Through the woods, and that is enough. Gambit making it to 14. I thought that Poison had done enough with that one tap onto Axside, that 3 versus 2, but it kind of fell apart.
Pip just, what?
It's a tough game to digest if you've been watching Complexity play the last couple of months, and ever since they basically got JKS onto the lineup, it's been looking good. Of course, there's been a few games where you think to yourself, okay, they need time with JKS, they need time to play and gel together, but overall, it's been a good outlook for Complexity, but this performance right here, sure, Gambit is playing some of the best Counter-Strike we've ever seen them play, but imagine if they go down 16-3, we're talking 9 rounds over 2 maps against Gambit. Unheard of.
All right, Twitch chat, do your thing. Not if, but when Gambit win this series, someone tweet a picture at us with Gambit from X-Men and the Juggernaut just getting wrecked by one of those cards.
James just finding ways to have people make photoshops and that kind of thing. But now we have action on our hand. Intern's been tested once more, but he's got 22 kills, looking for 23. That is it. Shiro behind him with the AWP. That duo is working magic right now. Complexity cannot catch a single breath. How can they fight back? They're surrounded by opponents, hoping that they can find a kill. Interns is just on a tear. Blamef 1 versus 3 with the Galil. That's a decent amount of damage being put. You see 2 very wounded players hiding behind these pillars. Nafany, don't take a risk. You know he's about to punish you, but someone is coming in from the back, and Hobby puts him down 15-3. Interns is a name that we've been mentioning so many times on Mirage.
I was just about to say, because how many times did we say his name yesterday? Like when we talked about this game coming into it, we're talking Exile, we're talking Shiro, we saw Nafany yesterday do a fantastic job. Hobbit, well, he's won a major, he's been up there, right? The only player we didn't really put any focus on was Interns, and he has without a doubt been the best player in this game so far. This squad is fantastic.
You look at this scoreline, you could say he's doing it every day. 24/7 for interns. Nafany finding another entry kill. Hobbit avoiding the flash, but the spray is not connecting. Config with some fight left in him, but the Galil reigns through 3v2 now. Shiro could have punished him, but still a fight in it for Complexity.
Shiro's been tagged up though and pushed away. He'll go and reposition it. Plenty of utility being used, but Inters, he slipped on forward. He could put an end to this. They're dancing around the boxes. He tries to spray it out. He can't quite get it done. Inters, he goes for the smart play. But Complexity, they managed to make it work with a pretty simple A execute.
Yeah, Inters puts us in a position to talk about him all the time. Really has been impactful, really has been all over the map this time around. Couldn't quite connect the shots, but I mean, Complexity, they're still alive, but do we really believe they have what it takes to win 12 rounds in a row and fight their way back into this game? It would be a comeback that I don't think I've ever seen before on a map like Mirage, but it's not over before one of the teams reached 16, and at this point, Complexity, they can't do that unless it goes into OT. Whereas for Gambit, they have a lot of rounds to play with, a lot of experiments to try. It only takes one.
That is the problem. The leeway is non-existent for Complexity. One round, and you're out of it. Granted, this is a winner bracket game, so they would not be out of it quite yet, but you cannot be satisfied with the performance. You cannot be happy and content with what you've been able to put on the server. We're talking about a team that's been together for the sole purpose of being the best team in the world. Well, right now, Gambit is standing in front.
I would love, right, to understand exactly if there's ever been a team that won a DreamHack Open and went straight to playoffs from the upper bracket. Production, if you're hearing me, give me some numbers. Find out for me. Has that ever been the case?
Show me the money.
You're really buying into this Gambit train, aren't you?
I'm full
He's
on.
jumping in on it. He's got the ticket. He's ready for it.
Got a lifelong pass to ride on that train for the rest of your life, James. Question is, how long is this train gonna keep going? So far, there's no signs of it stopping. Exile aggressive towards Catwalk, trying to find something, but it's like he knows that there's a certain limit I can go to, but not further, not pushing the boundaries just yet at least. Exile wants to go for a duel and he gets it again.
Perfect timing.
That's a good timing, you're spot on. Gambit, they're spot on.
They really are.
Look at this, another push coming in from Nafany. That is free, that is real estate right here. Oh, that was a little bit messy, but it doesn't matter. The kill comes through. 5v3, good cover coming in from Axile on top of short. And just like that, Complexity are left wondering, or rather JKS is left wondering, what the hell can I do to bring it back? I don't think you can, but you can show me wrong.
1 versus 5, and I think it ends right here, right now. JKS is trying, but that is it. Gambit takes down Complexity 16-5 on Mirage, and James, they move on to the upper bracket. I don't think anyone would have expected that, and especially not in this fashion.
A playoff position without dropping.